Thanks for tuning in to the BSN Avalanche Weekly Breakdown presented by Piper Electric. Are you in need of an electrician and don't know who to trust? Well, Piper Electric should be your first call. They're fairly priced, trustworthy, dependable, and have been your hometown electrician for over 35 years. If you use the promo code BSN, you will get $25 off your next service call. I'm Allie Monroy, and with me today is Adrian Dater. The Colorado Avalanche begin the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Friday night, they will be facing the San Jose Sharks. Adrian, how do you think these two teams match up?
Well, Allie, you know what? The Avalanche, I think, have some disadvantages in a matchup situation here when it comes to size and physicality. The Sharks are a bigger team. They have bigger forwards. They have some big defensemen. Led by Brent Burns, one of the biggest, most physical guys in the league, and also one of the most skilled. So I think the Avalanche have to really strongly consider this a little more than some other teams. Calgary was not as big a team, especially their forward group. So the Avalanche have to be very careful with their play around the blue line and things like that. They can't allow simple offensive zone entries for the Sharks so that they can establish their big physical grinding game down in the corners that they like to do. So matchup-wise, you know, they have the speed advantage.
Yeah.
They have, I think, better talent, high-end talent in their top line. The Sharks have the size and the physical advantage. It's up to either team to establish their strengths quicker than the other. That'll determine the series, I think.
Well, what are a few things you'll be watching for in Game 1 Friday night?
I mean, it's always the start. The first 10 minutes are always an indication. Now, the Avalanche, ironically, had a bad first 10 minutes in their first round series in Game 1, lost the game, and then swept the rest of the series. So let's not panic either way if they have a bad Game 1 or a bad start. But it's always important. Now, listen, San Jose's building is loud. They have, crazy fans who really love to yell a lot. It's a metallic building, so the noise is trapped in there a little better, easier. And it's a louder building than many others, decibel-wise. So, last time they had a layoff going into Game 1 of the Calgary series, a few days, and they didn't play very well. Yeah. They've had a week. They'll have a week layoff going into Game 2. It will be interesting to see how energetic and tough and battle-hardened they look to come out and start the game. San Jose will just played 2 nights ago.
Yeah, Game 7.
A tough Game 7, right? So you would think that maybe, although they're more tired and banged up, they're more used to playing hockey right now. So that'll be a fascinating thing. Either way, I don't think the Avalanche will take too long to, get their heads into the game. Either way, if they have a bad start, they'll get their legs moving. They're not going to be caught flat out there, I don't think.
Well, defenseman Samuel Gerard is back in the lineup for Game 1. Dater, how big of an impact do you think he'll make?
It's hard to say because, he's a smaller guy against a big team.
But he's fast.
He's fast, though, and he's skilled. So if he can get that puck out of there quickly, great. You can always use that as a hockey team. He practiced Thursday, and it looks like he's going to play for sure. The question is, what are they going to do lineup-wise? Jared Bednar won't tip his hand on that. They may play 7 defensemen, or they may scratch a defenseman. We'll see Friday. But he makes, just a good, for a guy to handle the puck, bring it out of the zone in the playoffs is always a good thing. It's a pleasant problem to have, having Sam Gerard out there. Cale Makar is not going to come out of the lineup, by the way. He will play. Don't go down that road of wondering if he's going to get scratched. He's too talented. But maybe Makar's ice time will be cut down a little bit because of Gerard, and he may be used in more of a spot situations things, maybe power play situations here or there that Makar will play that otherwise, he might have played more last time. He'll have to cede maybe some of that ground to Gerard. But either way, it's good to have Gerard back, I think.
Do you have a series prediction?
Well, last time I picked the Flames in 6, and some people know out there know that maybe I'm not a very good forecaster for Avalanche games. So I'm going to keep the the streak going here. I'm going to pick the Sharks in 6.
All right.
And I think most people will be happy about that. I do give the Avalanche a very good chance of winning this series. So home ice is, I think, a key in any series, but particularly when you get later in the playoffs, sometimes that matters more. Sharks do have that. But, let's just say Sharks in 6, and everybody out there is sort of, don't get mad at me about it. Just don't at me. You'll know a little bit about my history, and that's not always a bad thing.
Well, Dater will be in San Jose for the game, and we will be having a watch party at the Blake Street Tavern last Friday. It was crazy
Packed,
for Game
crazy.
5.
Get there early, folks. RSVP early, and crazy.
And we'll be giving away tickets to the next playoff game at home, so be sure to RSVP on Facebook. For Adrian Dater, I'm Allie Monroy, BSN Denver. From residential, commercial, to industrial, Piper Electric can handle all of your electrical needs. Call today and use promo code BSN to get $25 off your next service call. That's 303-647-6765, or go to piperelectric.com.